Barbara. I'm sitting here using this as a mirror, fixing it. Here's my cowl. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not sure about, I should have made the border smaller because I don't really care about the beige, but that works. There you go. And this is my Christmas sweater that Megan made me last year for Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Oh, no more sleeps till Christmas. I'm sure Santa had no trouble, contrary to what Neil Tyson says. Neil deGrasse Tyson, the astronomer, who's famous now because he did the remake of Cosmos. He said that because Santa goes so fast, he would vaporize. Like, come on. Santa's magic. Anyway, he said that on Twitter. I hope there aren't very many kids on Twitter. They shouldn't be on Twitter anyway because, you know. Anyway, good morning. We had a wonderful, wonderful evening last night. The dinner was delicious. And we had a fire, and we Skyped with Jason and Allison and the girls, and they opened their presents while we were watching, and they loved their presents, so that was nice. They got Elf on the Shelf dolls that they're allowed to touch, because you can't touch the Elf on the Shelf because it'll lose its magic. But they were so excited to be able to touch these dolls. And Patty messaged me with a link to a pattern where you can knit sweaters for elves on the shelf. And Sammy's girl elf didn't have a skirt, which, you know, made her very distinguishable from the real elves. Because we had a lot of conversation about the real elves. And these elves were named Sarah and Jacob. They're the elves that come to their house for Christmas and are gone today, I'm sure. I woke up and Ricky and Tiki were probably gone today. But Sarah and Jacob can stay all year. Anyway, they were cute. Isabel's 8. I think she's right at the age where you really, really want to still believe. And you can see the value in still believing. Hold on a minute. Get my glasses. Put my new glasses cleaner that I got in my advent. So anyway, so that was lovely. And we just had glück and a fire and Christmas music and conversation. And it was really lovely. Then Christy went off and did her floss tube. She does hers at night. And got it up apparently. Well, rendered anyway, so I have to go and look and see. I gave her my l'envelope for Christmas. She had asked for a l'envelope, and I, you know, she would ask for a l'envelope at a time when I was, you know, not knitting. I'm like, oh, you want a red one? Because I don't really wear my l'envelope very much. Oh, I am loving my... Now I gotta do the ends. Maybe that's one of my tasks today, because today is gonna be a quiet day. But anyway, I'm like, I hope you want a red one. Well, but actually my first l'envelope, hold on, I'll show it to you. My first l'envelope, I didn't even do all the finishing on it because I was so disappointed in the gauge turned out so open, and this is completely different than the picture, so it's more like a poncho. But I don't know, this one might be a little more suitable for Mississippi, but I'm not sure. So anyway, she can pick between the red one and this one, and I said if you don't want either of them, maybe I'm getting my mojo back, maybe I'll knit you one and you can pick the color. But I didn't do the little seam to make the armhole with this one, and I didn't weave in one of the ends, but I can do that today if she picks this one over the red one. But I put the red one in her package. Look what I got. Don't we look gorgeous? She got some really, really beautiful wedding pictures, I have to say. She sent me a link to the website where they are, and oh my gosh, and there are so many pictures of her and Rich just looking so joyful. It just made me cry. I mean, they were wonderful pictures, and she gave my parents a picture of the whole family. I guess I told you that. And everybody in the family was there. You know, and that is so, so rare, because my sister's in Idaho, my son is in Florida for the moment, and everybody was there, and it is a great, great picture. It's a great picture. All the grandkids. Anyway, so she got some beautiful pictures at that wedding. It was really nice. So anyway, speaking of beautiful pictures, here's Megan. I'm sure you all figured out that boxy I was making out of the yarn I dyed was going to be for Megan's Christmas present, and it was. And look how gorgeous she looks in it. It fits her perfectly, and she said, and the weather yesterday was perfect for it, because of course it's summer down there, so a boxy's a very nice summer sweater. You know, it's roomy, air can flow, but, you know, gives you a little something, something if it's not completely warm. So there you go. So anyway, she loved it, and she loved the earrings that Christy gave her. So now it's time for me to open my Christmas present. Christmas Day. Oh. 2. And did I ever, I showed you the paper, right? I mean, it's Santa sitting on a beach in his jangles fishing. Plus, you know, beautiful. I suppose I could show you an open one. You know, I mean, very New Zealand-y looking paper. I wonder if they ever do a snowy theme for Christmas in New Zealand. Oh, Megan, that's gorgeous. Look at those speckles, and look at this. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Very fall. Oh, yum, yum, yum. She's going to tell me what kind of yarn this is. It looks like it's maybe a DK. Is this a DK, my dear? She'll tell me when she wakes up. Oh, Megan. These are 20-gram skeins. And these are sparkly. I think you can see the sparkle. Look at these colors. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, these are beautiful. Oh, thank you, my dear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look at that. All right, so now I have to think of a project. I don't think they go well together. A project for minis. These are so beautiful together. Look at those colors. Oh my gosh. Thank you, my dear. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is GS sock base, weight 75, merino, 20 nylon, 10 stellina, 20 grams per binny. This one doesn't say what it is, but I think it's a DK. This is a DK. I guess this is a new hat. A new hat. And these are so beautiful. Oh, thank you, Megan. Oh my gosh. Luckily, I'm getting my mojo back, Kang. I'm so glad that I'm getting my mojo back. It was so hard. Christmas Day from my... Oh, that's why it's fat. Excuse me. It's a candy, caramel candy. Well, that'll be for Christy. She eats candy. Oh, look at this fun one. With a little rainbow all the way down. How cute. What? You can listen to me sneeze. So I put it on my keychain. My keychain ended up quite abundant. And I had found some other beautiful things that weren't being used because they were never where I expected them. I found these upstairs when I straightened up so Christy could use my sewing machine. And these are beautiful progress keepers and stitch markers from DeevaaS. DeevaaS had an Etsy shop. I don't know if she still does. I think she does, but I tell you the truth, I'm not sure. But I bought these from her. With have crystals and all kinds of cool stuff. But I found them upstairs, and I thought, oh, I need to put those on my keychain, so I used them. Ugh. Love, love, love. Yeah, that's a hat. I think that's a hat. Thank you, my dear. So anyway, today is going to be a quiet day. Christy goes to her aunt's for dinner. She's leaving around noonish. And I am going to be working on crafting. I'm going to be putting together my temperature drinks shelf. I'm kitting up my temperature patterns. I'm seriously thinking about doing both the library and the drink shelf. I mean, I didn't even finish the library. I got very sporadic after June and then gave up in August. But I'm doing cross stitch this time. And I think that's, I'm loving my cowl. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that today. I think having cross stitch is gonna be good, and I'm definitely doing the drinks library. But so, like I said, like the shot glasses are only 3 stitches in the color of the day, so might as well do a book too, right? That's what I say. I'm gonna be starting it on Christy's birthday, which is Tuesday, the 28th, and she's having a Zoom crafting birthday party. And if you go to her vlog, and I always link her vlog below, her floss tube below on my description if you want to find it. And she has a link to, I guess, a Google Doc or something where you just put in your email, and she'll email you the Zoom link and everything. So, and I haven't done it yet, but I have to do that too. We all have to do it if we want to go. But it's on Tuesday from 1 p.m. Central Time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So it's the same time as our Saturday Zoom together. Starts at the same time. So it's 11 Pacific, 1 Central, 2 Eastern. But she's going until 6 o'clock Central Time, which is 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And so even Megan thought she would be able to come because of the time, and she I guess she doesn't work on Wednesday because it's Tuesday, but it'll be Wednesday in New Zealand. So the 28th. So I'm going to start working on the shelves and stuff. Obviously, I can't do the temperatures till January 1st, but that's my plan. The other thing I want to remind you is I am going to do a podcast on New Year's Day. And I will be drawing for the grand prize for the Ode to Joy Make-Along on that podcast. So you have a week to get your all your makes and pictures and stuff. And it doesn't have to be finished object pictures, you know. You can do progress pictures, whatever's bringing you joy. Christmas cookies. You know, whatever you're doing that is bringing you joy, put pictures of it in that thread on Ravelry, because the grand prize will be drawn from a picture post. I will be drawing 3 pattern prizes. The next 3 I draw after the first picture post. The first picture post will be the grand prize. Then the next 3 things I pick, posts or comments, will be for patterns. And I'm going to do that on New Year's Day, Eastern time. So get your stuff in to the thread so that you're eligible for that gorgeous, gorgeous, here, I'll put a picture of it here, gorgeous set that Carol made. And I'm adding yarn to that. So it's that beautiful Ode to Joy bag. And she's got the Ode to Joy ribbon, Ode to Joy, I can't even talk, Ode to Joy 2021. I mean, it's the perfect, perfect, perfect ribbon. So anyway, get in there. Now I'm going to show you my socks, but I'm going to put in a little piece of video I did last night.
We want to see our friends or our family once again. We just want COVID to clear off. Fantasies on TV abound. Happy families all around.
Watching Leslie's compilation of her songs while I opened up my second sock. I got brave and just cut it. Now, can I get it back on the needle? We shall see.
Because I had so much trouble with those socks, I decided, and I had so much trouble putting my needles in the right place, and they didn't help me, I found, the first time. I just snipped 1 stitch, and then I tickled it out one way and tickled it out the other way and left my stitches hanging there. And then picked them up with my needle, and off I went. And that was much easier, and I think that's what I'm going to be doing from now on. I finished my heels on my socks last night. I tried to do them 2 at a time out of both ends of 1 ball of the stroll. I think this is stroll in eggplant color. Well, because I was still on the needle for the socks themselves, it turned out to be a nightmare. Finally, I figured out that I needed to put the yarn for the main sock inside the sock, so I wasn't fussing with that anymore, and that worked great. But I still ended up doing them 1 at a time. I wanted to do them 2 at a time, thinking that would be easier to keep them straight, but it was perfectly fine. They seem to match. I haven't tried them on because I just finished them, and then I'm like, I'm going to bed. I did the Kitchener on the second one and called it a day. But so I'm kind of happy with that. That I was so sad when I saw that big hole I made in that 1 sock. I'm like, oh, that's sad. So, but I'm going to be working on my socks. I'm going to be kitting up my, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll show you instead of talk. Maybe I'll do that. I'm going to finish my coffee. I'm going to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, I'm hoping you're having a wonderful day. I mean, it is Saturday. Hope you're having a great Saturday. I am going to go zap my coffee because it got cooled off because I put eggnog in it today instead of cream. That was Christy's trick. I thought I'd try it. I'm not a big fan of flavored coffee, but, you know, it's not bad. I had to put a little extra sweetener in it, though. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to zap it. I'm going to go zap it and start my day. Bring Dennis some tea soon. And I'll talk to you later. We are watching Muppets Christmas Carol. I'm going to be working on my socks while Christy is packaging whoopie pies.
She went and we bought
Here are
lots
the
of...
real ones.
Here are the real ones. The chocolate.
Yeah. They're like cakes with cream inside.
For those of you who are not familiar with whoopie pies, this. Oh, I was going to say they're stacked. They're not. They're just fat.
They're just really fat. Well, whoopie pies are fat.
Whoopie pies are fat.
That's why I got the little ones for me, the little pumpkin ones for me.
So anyway, she's wrapping them individually to take home. They'll freeze them, and then they'll have whoopie pies for a while.
Months. Rich just ate his final whoopie pie from
September, they got whoopie pies, and Rich just ate his. And here we are, just starting the Muppets Christmas. So I'm off to work on my socks. So here we have pork belly that is supposed to boil and then simmer for 2 hours. And then it will be glazed and crisped up with this yummy glaze that Dennis has already made. So we will be having the traditional Chinese food for Christmas. Dennis had made bacon and smoked it for quite a while yesterday, along with the ribs. And so these are the ends and cuttings and things. And I'm having glazed pork belly. Dennis too, but he's making it for me because I love it. So we'll see how it turns out. So will you. There's Pearl. So I have some amazing slippers that I bought when we were on our trip to Russia a couple of years ago. And I love them. They are felt. They are thick and wonderful. The problem is they're a little bit too narrow for my foot. And I stretched them on stretchers, and they continue to be a little bit too narrow for my foot, and I can't wear them very long. And then I know that they're really too narrow. So my plan is I'm going to soak the heck out of these and put them back on my stretchers, and maybe by next winter they will be stretched enough and I will be able to use them. Meanwhile, my feet are cold. So I have decided for my Christmas Day cast on. Now I don't do a Christmas Eve cast on like some people do, because Christmas Eve is my big celebration day. And today is my relaxation and do whatever I want day. So I have found this Lion Brand felted slip-on slippers. And so this part is felted, and then these are made with two kinds of wool, and maybe I'll do the same thing because the tops are knit in wool that doesn't felt, which I think is so interesting. I think I'm just going to make the bottom part and then felt it and then add the top knitted part unfelted. I think that's what I'm going to do. But so I went to find the yarn that I made all those pot holders with and everything, and of course I can't find it anywhere. I have no idea where it is. But I do have some Cascade 220 that some people have made this pattern or other patterns out of before, so it does felt, and it's 100% Highland wool. Peruvian Highland wool, so it should felt, but I'm just double checking it. So this is what I have. I have a sweater's quantity, but I'm smaller now, so I think I can use, but I might need to use 2 balls. I don't care. I can do a Leslie if I run out of yarn when I decide to use this. So I am going to knit up a swatch/mug rug out of this yarn using the needles required for this pattern, and I'm gonna do some laundry, and I'm throwing my mug rug in with the laundry, wash it a couple times, dry it a couple times, and see what I come up with. So that's my plan for my Christmas cast on, so that I will have some snuggly, cozy slippers. And I actually have some of the leather slipper bottoms that you can buy on Etsy. I've had them for years and years, and I think I'll put little leather slipper bottoms on them, and I should be good and toasty warm this winter, because as you might recall, last winter my slippers cut my foot and I couldn't figure out why, and they had been falling apart anyway, and I threw them away. But now my feet are cold, so we shall see. It is a gorgeous day today. Dennis is overdressed. I've taken my hat off, my gloves off. The sun's come out. It rained a little bit, so everything is a little bit wet, but it's a beautiful day to walk a dog while your pork simmers. Walk 2 dogs. 2 snippy girls. So that's our plan. Right, Pup? Are we taking a walk? Okay, here is our pork belly that has been simmering for 2 hours. Dennis is keeping all the yummy juice because he's going to put that into some stock because it was chicken stock. It was in the recipe. It was boiling in chicken stock, and we will use it later. Now it needs to be chopped into bite-sized pieces, and then we're going to fry it up and put it in the sauce and whatever. But my job is to chop it up in bite-sized pieces, so we'll see how I do. These are okay. These are all cut up into bite-sized pieces. They're going to go into the pan to fry. Dennis is going to put some ghee in there, I think, or bacon butter. And then they'll be sauteed and coated in the sauce. Just so you know, bacon butter is, when Dennis makes bacon, he finds that bacon cooks better if it's cooking in grease, which, you know, typically you would put bacon in a dry pan, and then the grease from the bacon would grease up the pan, and then the rest of the bacon would be cooked in grease. But he starts with butter, and so he cooks the bacon in butter. And when he's done, the grease from the pan is bacon butter, and we use that to cook a lot of other things. And there's nothing quite as delicious as the taste of bacon. So it's very useful fat for those of you who are looking for a tasty fat. So these are the pieces of the pork belly that are going to fry up, and Dennis is going to fry them, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, we're starting to get some color here, but man, we're spattering like crazy. So it's getting all over everything, and we're getting splattered, so we're going to close it up again. But yum! I'm getting excited. It's going to be delicious. How much more time do you think?
I don't know. I mean, it could be done. I think I probably should call it done.
Okay. Not much more time. Not much more splatter.
You want to turn that off?
Okay, you just poured it into that thing, and now what happens?
Now you got to put it
back in the pan.
Yep.
Back in the pan, and then you're going to put some sauce.
Yep, a little sauce in there.
A little sauce, and we have an electric stove, so the burner is still hot, even though I turned it off. I don't even need that much. It's so thick. I often order pork belly as an appetizer, so, and sometimes as a main, but mostly as an appetizer. This is starting to look, and I wish there's such a thing as smell-o-vision, because it smells divine.
You want to get a plate?
I will. I'll get a plate. Bye, guys.
You can hear the crisp hitting
the crisp hitting the plate. That's way more than I'm going to be able to eat, for sure. I don't know if Christy likes pork belly or not. We'll see. But she's not home, so I'm going to have as much as I want. And then if she wants leftovers, great. But I'm sure it'll reheat just deliciously, even if Dennis doesn't want to eat it. So I will report back after I've had my supper. I just tried a piece, and I just so yummed, and I haven't pushed the button. Oh, well. It's delicious. I'm going to go off and eat my supper and relax. It's our relaxed day. It's hard to tell the difference between our relaxed day and our normal day because Dennis relaxes when he cooks. So, there we go. Oh, yum, yum. Will you email me that recipe and I can link it below?
Well, it's 2 recipes. I can email you both of them.
Okay.
Because there's a separate...
recipes. One is with pork belly and one is... Oh, because the sauce isn't the same sauce as in the... Yeah. Oh. Okay, well, I just had the most delicious pork belly. I'm trying to figure out if I'm full or not and if I need more, but it was very rich and I couldn't eat very much. That amount of pork belly that I showed you is probably 6 appetizers worth. So I have lots of pork belly in my future. Meanwhile, I've started on my swatch I told you about. It's huge, but I'm going to make it really big and measure it, and then I'm going to wash it in the washer, dry it, maybe do that twice, just to see what I get with my fulling. Can't think of the word. It's one of those days. Felting. See how it looks felted and how it changes, and then I will be very informed for making my slippers. But meanwhile, I just want to say I hope you are having a wonderful day. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas if you are celebrating. I am in love with my new cowl. It's worked great, although I do have a turtleneck under it, and of course my sweater. And my earrings. These are the clock earrings that Megan gave me. And I want to say Merry Christmas. I hope you are doing great. I hope you have managed to survive this Christmas, and we'll see what happens. I'm hoping for better things from 2022. We shall see, but we have a week till we get there. And meanwhile, I'm going to say goodnight. Merry Christmas. Please, please take good care of yourselves. Stay safe and stay